For so the children come, and they have been coming. Always in the same way they come. No angels herald their beginnings. No prophets predict their future courses. No wise men see a star to show where to find the babe that will save humankind. Yet each night a child is born is a holy night. Fathers, mothers, parents, sitting beside their children's cribs, feel glory in the sight of a new life beginning. They ask, where and how will this new life live and end, or will it ever end? Each night a child is born is a holy night, a time for singing, a time for wondering, a time for worshiping.
Welcome, new friends and old. Welcome to our shared journey of the Spirit. We're grateful you are with us this Christmas Eve. I'm Danelle Simonelli. I'm tonight's worship associate, and I'm so pleased to welcome you tonight. I especially welcome guests and family members that we might not see regularly, and I'm one of them. We're delighted to have you with us all for this special service. We're a spiritual community that appreciates the importance of transitions between each generation, from birth to childhood, youth, adulthood, to elders. And this is why we cherish our children and our youth and our elders and learn to depend on each other as we grow and change. I think we've got perhaps some cooing babies or excited children this evening, and we welcome them to this room, even wailing babies sometimes. And we know that someday they will be our teachers and our activists for justice, or caring for us when we're hurt and healing, or singing or speaking to raise our spirits. And we cherish our elders who have built and nurtured this spiritual home for us, and the mentoring we need from them in the wisdom of their years. If any children, youth, and families that are here tonight have questions about our religious education programming, Nick Walwork is our Director of Religious Education. You'll be hearing from him during the service. So Nick will be pleased to talk with you if you have any questions about our religious education. Our choir rehearses on Thursday evenings. You can find out more about them from our music director, Michael Rosen. So you'll be hearing some of the choir's best work this evening. We thank our AV technical director, Alex West, and our congregational administrator, Katie Julich, who is here most weekdays and is happy to get your emails. And Reverend Joel Miller, leading our service tonight, is our interim minister. So we invite you to enjoy Christmas Eve.
This light we have this evening is a special light. Comes to us all the way from Bethlehem in what is now the West Bank. It is a light that is first lit in Bethlehem as a light for peace and for love for all people in the world. It's then carried by boat, by plane, by hand, all the way across the oceans and seas and the land to come all over the world, to North America, South America, Asia. It's a continuous flame originating in the place where Jesus is thought to have been born. It is shared person to person throughout the world. It is a light that is dedicated to peace and to love. And so tonight we light a candle, our chalice, from this light of peace and love that comes to us from Bethlehem, home of Palestinian people who currently live there in the West Bank. I invite you to share with me in our chalice lighting affirmation. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. stand if you would like.
This reading is from the Gospel of Luke, as translated by the Jesus Seminar. In those days, it so happened that a decree was issued by Emperor Augustus that a census be taken. Everybody had to travel to their ancestral city to be counted in the census. So Joseph too went up from Galilee, from the city of Nazareth, to Judea, to the city of David called Bethlehem, because he was a descendant of David, to be counted in the census with Mary, to whom he was engaged. Mary was pregnant. It so happened, while they were there, that the time came for her to give birth, and she gave birth to a son, her firstborn. She wrapped him in strips of cloth and laid him in a feeding trough, because there was no space for them in the lodge. Now in the same area, there were shepherds living outdoors. They were keeping watch over their sheep at night, when an angel stood near them. They became terrified, but the angel said to them, "Don't be afraid. I bring you good news of a great joy, which is to benefit the whole nation. Today, in the city of David, a Savior was born to you. He is the Anointed. And this will be a sign for you. You will find a baby wrapped in strips of cloth and lying in a feeding trough." And suddenly there appeared with the angel a whole group of angels saying, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace." When the angels left and returned to heaven, the shepherds said to one another, "Come on, let's go over to Bethlehem and see what has happened." And they hurried off and found Mary and Joseph and the baby lying in a feeding trough. And when they saw it, they reported what they had been told about this child. Everyone who listened was astonished at what the shepherds told them. But Mary took all this in and reflected on it.
This reading, read by our Director of Religious Education, is entitled Annunciation to the Shepherds.
It's hard not to laugh. What a picture it makes. The dumbfounded shepherds and the stricken sheep, the cacophony of bleating and the barking of sheepdogs, dashing and nipping in a vain attempt at order, and over it all the angels trying to make their shimmery voices heard. And who, wrapped in what? The shepherds holler back, where are we supposed to go? Poor guys, they wanted directions, a purpose, some sense of how the story might end. And all they got, all any of us ever get, was the sound of angels somewhere beyond the din singing glory, Hosanna, across an improbable night. Stand and sing our next song.
Came upon the midnight clear,
Spirit of life, Holy Child born in this very moment, born in every moment, beyond naming, beyond our language. And yet we know gifts surround us right now, in this very moment. And it's not gold, not even myrrh or frankincense. No, not iPads or plasma screens. Simple gifts, the ones that surround us, the easiest gifts we have to give. True, the most difficult gifts to understand. And when it gets difficult, Spirit, I forget. Fear whispers in my ear. Fear says to all of us, we should live as if tomorrow no child will be born. Or live as though the stars have forgotten to shine. Empires love these whispers, those empires that decree death. The masters of such empires, they sell that fear. And yes, hunger can really gnaw at our bodies. But it's Christmas. Wrap us tonight in comfort. Wrap us in a loving parent's embrace. Surround each of us with adoration. Because that baby grew up to talk of another empire. An empire of children, of elders, of hope and peace. Let us, the peaceful people of this earth, make our own decree this Christmas. We, the people of the peaceful empire, proclaim our strength to face the gauntlets we must endure for ourselves. We proclaim a love by which we will embrace each other, journey with each other through gauntlets, comfort one another in sorrow, celebrate one another in joy. We proclaim ourselves to be a beacon in the darkness when the world forgets the promise that every night is a holy night and every soul has the power to save another. We proclaim it as Christmas. We proclaim the holy is born among us again and again in any moment and every time a child is born. And we proclaim this remembering we are the stars that shine. We are the royalty that bring gifts. We are the animals that hear the cries of a newborn child. We are the shepherds that come to sing praises. We are the parents. We may even be the holy child. Bless us now, everyone. Bless us all. Because of us, Christmas has come. Della stood by the window and looked. Tomorrow would be Christmas. She had only $1.87 to buy Jim a present. She had been saving every penny she could for months. It was $1.87. A salary of $20 just didn't go far. Now, there were two possessions of the James and Della Young family, two possessions in which they both took great pride. One was Jim's gold watch. It had been his father's, and it had been his grandfather's. The other possession of pride they had was Della's hair. Now, Della's beautiful hair fell about her, rippling and shining like a cascade of beautiful brown waters. It reached below her knee. This evening, she did it up nervously. Quickly, on went her old brown jacket, on went her old brown hat, and with a brilliant sparkle in her eyes, she ran out the door, down the stairs, across the street. She stopped where the sign read, Madame Sofroni, hair goods of all kinds. Della ran up one flight. She went to the counter. Will you buy my hair? Asked Della. Madame Sofroni said, I buy hair. Let's have a look at yours. $20, said Madame Sofroni. I'll take it, said Della. Quick. Afterward, Della shopped for Jim's present. She found it at long last. There was no other like it in any of the stores, and she'd looked everywhere. It was a gold watch chain, simple in design, properly proclaiming its value, not by ornamentation, but by substance. It was worthy of Jim's beautiful watch. $21 they took for it. Della hurried home with 87 cents. When Della reached home, she got out her curling irons and went to work. And after a little while, her head was covered with pretty close-lying curls. Della looked in the mirror for a long time, carefully, critically. At 7 o'clock, she had the frying pan on the stove, ready to cook. Jim was never late. Della doubled the watch chain in her hand and sat on the corner of the table next to the door. She heard his step on the stair, and she panicked for a moment. She whispered to herself, please, God, make him think I am still pretty. The door opened, and Jim stepped in and closed it. He looked thin. He was very serious. He needed a new overcoat. He had no gloves. Jim stopped inside the door, and his eyes stayed on Della. She couldn't read his expression, and it terrified her. It was not anger. Jim was not surprised. He was not disapproving, not horrified. Nothing she'd been prepared for. He stared at her with a peculiar expression on his face. Oh, Jim, darling, she cried, don't look at me that way. I had my hair cut off and sold because I couldn't have lived through Christmas without giving you a present. It'll grow out again. My hair grows fast. Say Merry Christmas, Jim. Let's be happy. And what a beautiful, nice gift I've got for you. You cut off your hair? Asked Jim. I sold it. I'm still me without my hair, aren't I? Jim hugged his Della. He took a package from his overcoat pocket and put it on the table. Della, my love, he said, no haircut could make me love you any less than I love you now. But maybe you should unwrap the package and see why I'm surprised. Della tore at the string and paper. She cried out in joy and then some tears, because there they were in her hands, the combs, side and back. Della had worshipped these combs for a long time in a Broadway shop window. Beautiful combs for her hair, pure tortoise shell with jeweled rims, just the shade for her beautiful hair and its color. They were expensive combs. Her heart had craved and yearned for them. without slightest hope of ever having them. And here they were in her hands, and she hugged them to her bosom, and she looked up with dim eyes and a smile and said, "My hair grows so fast, Jim." And then Della leapt up. Jim had not seen his beautiful present. She held it out to him eagerly in her open palm. The gold glowed with reflection, almost reflecting her bright and ardent spirit. "Isn't it beautiful, Jim? I hunted all over town to find it. You'll have to look at the time 100 times a day now. Give me your watch. I'd like to see how it looks." Jim sat on the couch and smiled. "Della, I sold the watch to get the money to buy your combs. Why don't you put dinner on?" The Magi, as you know, were wonderfully wise philosophers. They brought gifts to the baby in the manger. They invented the art of giving Christmas presents. Being wise, their gifts were no doubt wise ones. Jim and Della sacrificed for each other the greatest treasures of their house. But in a last word to the wise of these days, let it be said that all who give gifts, these two were the wisest. All who give and received gifts like Jim and Della, they are the wisest. Everywhere, they are the wisest. They are the Magi.
Yes? Get ready here. Our Christmas offering tonight supports our minister's discretionary fund. These are funds that we all contribute and that the minister may use to assist us or the fellowship in times of need or difficulty. You can put cash or check into the offering baskets, or you can contribute by the text-to-give number 73256 with keyword MUUF, followed by the dollar amount. You can also contribute online. See how in the order of service. Thank you for your generosity.
Good evening, everyone. As you've noticed, the choirs, my selections for the choir tell of winter and December. As I had mentioned for the 10:30 service this morning, it is mostly secular tellings of solstice and this time of year, and just all the wonderful things that come out because of Christmas that have just evolved to have their own life, that are not blatantly Christian and just about togetherness and love and being friends and family with one another. This is a beautiful carol, one of my favorites, that is just such a pinnacle of that. Sweeter Still. I'm just going to read the text real quick, like I did at 10:30, that is written for this. The lights shine brightly all over the town as Christmas bells toll for miles around. The wind blowing gently, snow falling softly, the stars brightly shining for you and for me. And sweet is the sound of a carol sung by a choir, and sweet is the warmth and the soft glow from a fire. But sweeter still is the joy when I see the family around the Christmas tree. Silently children dream hearts full of love until they hear footsteps from up above. They rush down the stairs, hoping to see the bright smile of Santa before he disappears. And sweet is the sound of a carol sung by a choir, and sweet is the warmth and the soft glow from a fire. But sweeter still is the joy when I see the family around the Christmas tree. Oh, sweet joy it brings to me.
Even on Christmas Eve, we have gratitudes and milestones to share. Shane Ebneth has a gratitude for graduating from NJIT as a mechanical engineer major. Congratulations. Very cool. Andrea Zugail has a gratitude when we needed support during and after Dave's hospital stay and the beginning of a new phase of treatment. Fellowship, friends, and the caring network were there. Each gesture, a meal, text, email, card, or phone call helped us get through a challenging week. They're grateful for you. We announced that this morning Tom McGinnis has COVID and is at Morristown Hospital, and he is feisty and wants to go home. I was surprised to see a church sign again it wasn't a Unitarian Universalist church, it was probably an evangelical church, I'm not sure. I was driving by pretty fast. It said, remember the reason for the season. It's one of those old slogans. But it brought me back to thinking about, well, we could kind of go into some history of Rome and the Saturnalia, but it's Christmas. I mean, why are we fight with words even over this season as though somebody owned Christmas, as if someone can own the holy, as if the holy would be something that could be doled out for staying put, for never leaving, as if the journey to Bethlehem should never have begun, nor the journey that followed, as if the wise philosophers of the East should never have pursued the star to look for the child, prophecy to be born. And Mary, an unwed mother, as if she should have been ashamed of her baby. Or Joseph, should he have abandoned her because she was an unwed mother? As if Jesus should never have been loved because he was illegal. And he was illegal in his day. And he would today, I'm sure, be called the same. Christmas defies the reasons of certainty or the claims of ownership. Christmas is ours. We proclaimed it already as a people. Christmas calls to us, rich, poor, young, old, legal, illegal, libertarian, socialist, Muslim, Jew, male, female, non-binary, theist, atheist. Christmas is for all of us, a gift to be taken and a gift to receive. Christmas calls to us from the most powerful voice in the Christian tradition, and perhaps other traditions as well, a baby who was refused space in any inn or home, and so was born in a stable and laid in a feeding trough because his family was homeless. And his family in those days was Jewish, and the empire that occupied their land did not consider these people of the proper status. But Christmas, like a beacon star, points to a journey to unexpected places, calls us to accept the gifts of strangers, offers us life's unrelenting reasons for the smiles of infant children, for the beauty of innocent animals, the crashing of seas, the quiet, gentle sounds of a forest, the longings of our own hearts. We journeyed here tonight for reasons like these, to bring peace to one another and to our world, to bless all our children and each other's children, and to welcome all the journeys of love and hope we hope to make from here tonight. Where will Shane go now that he's graduated? In your journeys here from here tonight, take the reasons of love. Take the flame of hope for a world of peace and love. Take that light into yourselves. Take the joy that you find here, the music, and may it bless you on your way, wherever your way is taking you. And may the momentary warmth of these friends give you peace in this quiet season.
For centuries as symbols to brighten the darkness of winter days and bring hope and courage to our minds, to lend warmth in the coldness and to warm our hearts with love. There is a magic in candlelight, the magic that one candle can kindle a flame in many others, yet is not diminished in its light. We will each of us have our candle lit from this one flame. As you receive, pass it on to another. If you are the lit candle, keep your candle upright. Have the other person come to it. Pro tip.
found some love, if you've found a sense of peace, if you've come here with those gifts, hold them in this light and know the world needs this light of love and hope and joy. Take it to the world and hold it for yourselves as well. And have a Merry Christmas. And joy to the world.